Hello, my name is Annette L.Chandler. I am making this video as I am in need of an attorney to represent me in the U.S. District Court of the District of Columbia. I have filed a complaint against my former employer, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, for illegal retaliation in violation of Title VII. As some of you are aware, there have been numerous EEO complaints filed against the FDIC by minority employees. In particularly, there were several class action lawsuits won by African Americans and published in the local newspaper that you can research on the internet or by going to my GoFundMe page. And I'll come back to this point a little later. In 2007, I was inspired to pursue my lawsuit against the FDIC's Office of Inspector General, OIG, by way of a jury of my peers after reading my colleague Mary Bass's story in the Washington Post. Mrs. Bass was victorious in her lawsuit against the FDIC. After a 5-day trial, the jury declared that Mrs. Bass should be awarded $1.5 million because the FDIC discriminated against her because of her race. A magistrate judge reduced the amount to $300,000, the cap set under federal law for large employers in race bias cases. Excuse me. Since I chose not to subsume my lawsuit in one of the class action lawsuits filed against the FDIC, I, like Mrs. Bass, lawyered up in 2007 and persuaded David Shapiro, a seasoned civil rights and employment discrimination lawyer at Swick & Shapiro, to represent me. In 2007, the FDIC's OIG's attorney, along with my attorney, and I appeared before an administrative judge, and the FDIC quickly proposed a settlement. And as a condition of the settlement, I agreed to retire. Now, in 2009, 2 years after my victorious win against the FDIC's OIG, I sensed that the FDIC was secretly plotting to sabotage my ability to secure employment, especially when it came to companies they awarded receivership assistant contracts, RAC, called RACs. Mind you, these companies found my resume online and contacted me with regard to employment. They initiated my background check, performed by the U.S. OPM, and subsequently my top secret security clearance was reinstated. I received a badge and patiently awaited my assignment and travel itinerary. Mysteriously, the job went away. The company claimed not to have any assignments to send me on, but au contraire, the evidence of RACs awarded to that company then and to this day can be found on FDIC's website. Go figure. In 2015, I slipped under FDIC's radar and was contacted by another company awarded a RAC by FDIC. I received my badge, assignment, and this time I actually traveled to a closed bank in San Juan, Puerto Rico, as a project consultant working on the FDIC's investigative team. Mysteriously, though, within 1 month, my contract was terminated, and I was the first person to be sent home. Although there exist mounds of unfinished work, my rack supervisor informed me, and I quote, "It was not their decision, it was an FDIC decision to let me go." FDIC's decision to remove me from my assignment as a contractor was retaliatory and undoubtedly orchestrated by OIG Acting Inspector General Fred Gibson Jr. The OIG continues to railroad my career because I dared to file an EEO complaint against them and then win. I honestly believe that Acting Inspector General Fred Gibson Jr., in collusion with Division of Receivership and Resolution officials, is behind my removal from the RAC contract. The RAC supervisor would not reveal to me the FDIC person or persons who made the decision to terminate my contract, or who communicated that decision to him. He would only say that terminating me was not their decision, but rather a decision of the FDIC. Obviously, a retaliatory motive played a role in FDIC's decision to terminate my employment on the RAC contract. This adverse employment action would not have occurred but for FDIC's illegal retaliation in violation of Title VII. In other words, the recent adverse employment action was taken because of my prior legally protected activity. Title VII's anti-retaliation provision has been held to cover and protect former employees such as myself, as well as current and future employees. So, I am appealing to the public that if you know of any attorney authorized to try cases in Washington, D.C. that may be willing to take on my case, please contact me by any of the following means. Okay, so those are the ways that you can contact me. In addition, I have established a GoFundMe page entitled My Title VII Lawsuit Against FDIC. I also published it in the Washington Post a couple of months back, but it was so small you probably didn't see it. On my GoFundMe page, you will find links to my lawsuit so that you can read up on it, as well as others. Feel free to read and or download them. It's jaw-dropping, trust me. Thank you, and please check out my video on my YouTube page that I just established. I'll have the video up tomorrow. On this page, I am seeking help in finding a doctor to relieve the pain that I am experiencing from a botched breast reconstructive surgery after my cancer diagnosis in 2010. I have been in pain for over 3 years now and don't know how much more I can stand. I'm hoping that one of the doctors on those TV shows will see that video and contact me, because I am in some very severe pain. So I wish to thank the public for taking time to listen to my video. Sorry it was so long-winded. Thank you and good night.